All right, welcome back, guys. This will be the first actual video where I actually do work and not talk the whole video. So let's get right into it. So I am trying to set this dashboard up so that it's ready to go in my car. I don't want to completely gut that interior and remove the dashboard until I know that all of the interior pieces are ready to go. So I am trying to prepare this dashboard, and by prepare, I need to remove all this wiring. This is from whatever Celica this came out of, and I don't want this wiring harness. My harness is all completely stock and unmolested, like this one. These are the radio. This was the radio harness, but clearly they must have had an aftermarket radio in the previous Celica that this came out of. So I just figure this is a good time to, flip the dashboard on its back and actually get a good look of what it's like behind here before I go in there and try to remove that one, because dashboards are not fun to remove. And that way we can kind of have a plan of attack when we do go to remove the dashboard in the car. So something I already did off camera was there was the airbag that was in here, and there was the airbag that was in this spot for the passenger, and I just popped that out and unclipped it because the airbag's pretty heavy, and I wanted to flip this thing over and just kind of get it out of the way so I can focus on the rest of the stuff. So here is the passenger airbag that I removed. It's literally just, an airbag with the dash covering on it, and it's literally just held in by one harness. The only thing you're going to have to remove that attaches this airbag to the harness and to the actual dashboard is there's this clip right here, which, if you can see, it literally will just clip onto, I believe, right here, this. And if it sits in here, it'll plug into the harness, obviously, via there, and then it will clip onto the dashboard here. So all you gotta do is unclip it from the harness and then clip this off. And then the only thing holding the airbag in at that point is, well, when it's hooked up in the car, I think it's secured with a fastener, or maybe two. But in this condition for this dash, it was literally just held in with the push clips. So you just pop it out and the whole unit comes out, and now it's out of the way for now. So it's pretty cool. Now, it's kind of a rare view of these dashboards. So you can actually see that it even says, it says left-hand, oh, there it is. It says left-hand drive because this is obviously, America. So our steering wheel's on the left-hand side of the car, and in other parts of the world where the Celica was sold, there are right-hand drive ones. So that's just kind of a funny little thing I saw. You can also see, too, with the dash removed, you can see how the dashboard itself is actually held into the car. There's a couple of hard fasten points. And then what holds the top of the dash below the windshield to the actual firewall is these. Oops, sorry, that's not it. This is a clip. And then, just these push clips. It looks like it's just 5 total that array the whole, cowl part there. You can even see how your heater core and everything, or not your heater core, but your whole blower motor air box and everything hooks up to this, and you can see that all the different ports. You got your defog, and then you got your 2 centers, and then your 2 side exit vents. So that's kind of cool. But yep, I'm just gaining a plan of attack, and just by looking at how this harness is hooked up, you can see that this entire harness is pretty connected to the dashboard, and that's going to be a pain in the butt from when we go to remove the dashboard in the car. So just by looking at it, it looks like this whole harness is fastened in by 5 of these screw points. 1, 2, 3. And then it just clips in everywhere else. 4 there. And then the other part of the harness that wraps around the airbag, 5. So yeah, 5 different areas. I'm sure if we remove those screws, this whole harness will be free for the most part. Other than that, it's pretty much held in with these clips, which I'm not entirely sure right now how to remove them. But once I figure it out, then I could actually figure out how to separate this harness from the dash, because I want to retain the harness that's in the car and not use this one. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to separate those while it's still hooked up in the car before I actually pull the whole unit out. But yeah, I'm just gonna remove these and put you all on the time lapse. Okay, cool. Got it out. It actually wasn't too bad. So on top of the 5 screws that I shown previously, there are these clips, which I kind of talked about for a second. So yeah, it's very simple. They literally just kind of wrap around like that, and then this part kind of holds it in. So you just kind of, I got a screwdriver, and I just kind of put it in there, and I just leveraged it out. They popped right out. Same with, so there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and then, 4, 5. So there's gonna be 5 of those total. And then there were 2 like normal clips for like standard interior pieces, and they're gonna be in the center portion just below the HVAC holes. One right there, and then the other one right there. And then I just used a tool like this for panel pops and stuff. And I just kind of got it in there and just, and that, yeah, seemed to work. I was able to pull the whole harness out. So all that remains is just the buttons that were connected to the harness previously, and just some of the brackets that kind of hold it in. And this dashboard's pretty bare bones right now. And then one thing I did was I took the screws and put them back in their locations, so that way I don't, you know, accidentally lose them, and just place to hold the screws. Now I'm also gonna probably remove a lot of these buttons and stuff, because I think the buttons in my Celica are in a lot nicer condition. So I'm probably just gonna, it looks like all the rest of the buttons that are held in here, it looks like maybe one's just push pin and I could just push out that way. I don't know, I honestly don't know what this unit is, but I'm sure my Celica has it. So I'm just gonna unscrew this and take it out. This is the the dimmer switch for your interior lighting, and I'm probably gonna remove that. The symbol's a little faded. And then this is the hazard lights, and then this would be the automatic headlight detector switch. And I think that's it. I think this is a bare bones plastic dash right now, which is awesome. So I just got done taking off all the buttons and boxes and stuff that were still hooked onto the dash. That box that I didn't know about, it was the cruise control box. So just FYI, if you plan on doing this to your Toyota, that's what this is. So pretty cool. So not gonna lie, it's pretty late out right now. It's 10 o'clock. I'm not trying to start gutting my interior tonight, but the last step I gotta do before I start actually pulling stuff out to get the dash out is I just need to completely clean this dash, especially now that all the wiring harness is gone. I'm just gonna spray a ton of window cleaner on the back of this and just wipe it all down with a microfiber. Hopefully that'll get most of the dust and debris out of the back. It's actually not too bad. It's not nearly as bad as I thought, or nearly as bad as the other interior panels were to clean. The front also has just got a little bit of dust and probably just a little bit of dirt. So I'm probably gonna stop filming tonight, and I'll probably pick it up in the morning, but I'm gonna throw you all in a quick time lapse, and then it'll just be me cleaning this up. And then I'll see you guys in the morning. It is now the morning, and yep, this is ready to go in. So the rest of the panels. So now it's time to remove the dash in this. All right, I am here in hindsight. So I film these videos on my phone and I use CapCut, and the storage space in my phone is very minimal, so I can only record so much footage at a time. So unfortunately, I do have footage of everything I've done so far. At this point in time, I've already removed a lot of the interior pieces already. So don't worry, I have it all on film and it'll be in the next video. But I think it's just smart for me to break this video up. I mean, I'm already at 8 minutes editing this just based on me getting this thing ready to put in. So I think I'm gonna split the video up. And I think this video will just be about prepping this, since I've already almost hit the 10-minute mark anyway. So I'm gonna split up these videos, because taking out this dash, getting these pieces ready, taking out this interior is quite a long process, and I don't have the equipment available to actually capture everything, record everything, and edit everything all in like one video. As much as I would like to, that's not the case. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna just end this video here, but just a quick sneak preview of what's coming next. I'm gonna be removing the center console, the seats, some plastics, and then we can go look in the car. But yeah, in the next video, I'll show you how I removed all this stuff. And the steps next are going to be to remove the dash. I might even split up the next video into, this whole dash process might be multiple videos. I don't know how many, but just taking out all these parts, the bottom half of this, and then whenever I do take the bottom half of this out, I mean, that could be a whole video in itself. So this might be like a 3-4 part series just to take this dashboard out. But you know, it'll be worth it. This interior is gonna look so much better. And there's only like one video on YouTube that I've seen that actually some dude shows you how to remove the dashboard on one of these things. And I know that those who are getting into these Celicas, small but many, the small but proud of people that, I should rephrase, not the small, the few but the proud people that want to, you know, upgrade these cars, definitely want to upgrade to this. And there's really not a lot of help out there. So I hope that even as amateur as these videos are, they do kind of help. That's the whole point. But enough yapping. I think I'm just going to end the video here. But stay tuned for the next one for more part 2 of the dash. All right, later, y'all.